So recently, Aspyr Media remastered the original Battlefront games, and they remastered it in the form of the Battlefront Classic collection. And as a Star Wars fan myself, I was really excited for this. However, in the nature of many releases in the current age, it is an absolute flop. And in this video today, I'm going to be looking into that. So let's get straight into it. So, the first and most notable issue is regarding servers. Upon release, the PC version had only 3 servers, and per server you can have about 64 people, so that brings it to about just under 200 people that could be online at any given time. And thankfully this has been fixed now, but it shouldn't have been an issue in the first place, which for such a game that has riled up so much excitement, you'd think they would be prepared for it, but I guess not. And this sucks because it's already given the Classic Collection a bad reputation from the get-go. But the next issue is another big one, and this is continuous throughout the game. There are so many damn fucking bugs. There are so many bugs in the game. There are some that existed from the originals, which you think they'd fix because, you know, it's a remaster. But then there are also more bugs that didn't exist in the previous version, which makes you wonder how the fuck have they done that if they're just remastering the graphics and everything like that, which is a fair question. It's really odd, and I think that it's almost a talent to be able to do that. Up next is the overwhelming size for these two games. So firstly, the original games, per game they were about like 6.5 gigabytes, and because it's 2 games in one, it should be 13 gigabytes or so. Maybe a bit more since they're obviously remastering and upgrading the graphics to make it look better. But no, it comes to an overwhelming 60 to 82 gigabytes on PC, which is wild. That's like the size of a single modern game. And bear in mind, they've only changed the graphics and they're not even anything special, really. They are AI upscaled, which is the next thing I want to talk about. This is a really lazy remaster. They've AI upscaled the previous textures, expecting it to look good. Like, you can't polish a turd, but I suppose you can roll it in glitter. And it's really disappointing from Aspyr because they've created games like The Force Unleashed, which I really enjoyed when I played it through. And then The Force Unleashed 2 was also an absolute banger. I enjoyed that as a Star Wars fan. I mean, hell, I literally collect Star Wars Pop Funkos. This is like one of the Daubs, the mini ones. And I absolutely love Star Wars. I love Star Wars to the point where I'm getting memorabilia. So it's really disappointing to see such a cult classic game being butchered like that. And another issue, if you're not familiar with what rubber banding is, it's where servers and things on the server glitch back and forth, like teleporting around. And this was seen in a video of Moist Critical.
Because every game is unplayably laggy. Like, this guy's got me in a Dormammu time loop here. Like, everyone's teleporting around, rubber banding, disappearing, reappearing. It's like I'm caught in a fucking fever dream.
And I can understand there's probably a lot of like congestion on the servers with it being a new release, but surely they would take into account the fact that so many people would want to relive the nostalgia that they originally had. So that does kind of suck. But back to the bugs, there are textural issues as well, and I'm going to show you one of those now. So Santos the Gantos, this guy on Twitter, uploaded a video of his experience, and just from the thumbnail, well, the first frame of the video, you can literally just see what the fuck is that. These textures are cooked. It literally looks like if you've ever used Play-Doh like when you were younger, like when you mix the colors and they go this like murky fucking horrible color where it just looks like, I don't know, a fucking unicorn had thrown up. I think that's probably the best analogy I can offer. But yeah, it is so cooked. But yeah, let's have a look at this. So it is literally everywhere. And I truly think that once again, it's a talent. It's a talent to be able to screw something like that up so easily, because at the end of the day, they could just replace the textures and call it a day. They somehow fucked it, which is impressive. And I understand they do need to change a lot of things like server infrastructure, since obviously the original Battlefront weren't made by Aspyr. Obviously they're just tasked with remastering it. But even then, I'm sure they worked with the studio, and shit like that has resulted in it becoming the 9th most negatively reviewed game on all of Steam. And so I found this website called Steam 250. They've got a hall of shame for the bottom 100 ranking games. And so these are them. Obviously Overwatch 2 is up there because that was a mess of a Steam release, especially with them cancelling the PvE. But that's a different topic for a different video. But yeah, here it is, number 9 after 2 days, which is sad. It's so sad. They do have an opportunity to hopefully sort things out. I mean, I know they've already sorted out the servers, but still, it's kind of annoying that people have to endure this shit when it should be a good release. Bear in mind, it's like £29 or $35. So I think for that much cost, you should literally get a good experience. I mean, for example, Helldivers, if I quickly, basically the same price, give or take $5, and you get a good experience. Look how positively this is reviewed, 82%. Sure, it released with bugs, but they were very quickly fixed. The same price, you get an absolutely banging game, and you can't say the same for the classic collection of Battlefront. And the thing that really drives it home about it being basically a fucking cash grab, playing off nostalgia and people loving the old games, is the fact that it costs $35, but what it effectively is, it is a game that's remastered, but it is optimized less than the original games, and the graphics are basically the same, which sucks. It truly does. It is a cash grab, a pump and dump that literally plays off of nostalgia, which truly sucks. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching. See ya.